Ryo most definitely had power in that fight as well. But I got to ask you this while I got you, and then I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna keep the phone line open with De Los Santos. The William Foster fight. Did you watch that fight? Were you able to watch that fight? Because I still haven't met anybody yet who's actually seen this fight. It's the only loss on De Los Santos' record. I gotta be honest, he wasn't on my radar when he fought William Foster. His only loss, 16-1 with 14 knockouts. Did you see that fight? And if you did, what was the issue for De Los Santos in that fight?
Yes, I did. And now I'm gonna give you information that not many people know, and not even Santos has been open about it, because I know those Santos. It's not a guy that likes to put excuses in front of him. No, it's a guy that, it is what it is. I love the fight, and that's it. He's gonna be making excuses in front of anybody. That's the guy. That's why I respect him so much, because as I told you, I've been fighting, practicing boxing for more than 14 years in my country. And I'm friends with some of the fighters, here, for example, Joe Rivera, Caballo Bronco Adames, and some others. And what happened with that fight with De Los Santos, he didn't have a trainer at the time. He had a really bad camp. He was part of the camp was here in the DR, then half of the camp was in the U.S. When he got to the U.S., he wasn't able to find a trainer. He got through 3 different trainers before the fight. 3 different trainers before the fight. Also, he got to his trainer, to his actual trainer, his Shayla right now, and he didn't prepare well for the fight. If you look at the fight, he was exhausted after the second or third round. He was exhausted, literally exhausted. He even got appointed doctor because of holding, and even he was really exhausted in every rounds after. For the whole fight.
So you saying right off the bat, De Los Santos, he just wasn't physically prepared for the William Foster fight
at all, brother. If you look at the fight, he was gassed out after the second round.
And that's what I'm saying. I can't find the fight online anywhere. I can't find the fight to look at it. I wanted to see it and see why he lost against William. Somebody like William Foster, who just recently suffered his first loss a few months back, but he was able to beat.
He even got a poly doctor. He even got a poly doctor because of holding and all that. Because he was done. He was done. And even he was so gassed out. Judge saw him winning 77-74, even with a point taken away from him, because he was taking away a point. And
okay, so he had a point deducted in that fight.
Yeah.
For excessive holding.
Yeah.
Okay. So where did he fall? Where did De Los Santos fall short technique wise versus William Foster?
I believe he wanted to knock out the guy.
How did William Foster beat him?
Maybe what he did, the best he did against Edwin was kind of managing to cancel his power, with the jab and moving, cancel his power, because Edwin was so anxious trying to knock him out. And I believe Foster was intelligent enough in order to manage that, in order to cancel his power, in order to navigate his power and all that.
So he got a little bit anxious. He probably got a little bit frustrated that he couldn't touch him, and he was ready to touch him.
Yeah. Okay. I believe he wanted to knock out Foster so bad that he wasn't physically prepared to do it, and he got out after the second round, third round. He was done.
And that's why I'm hoping he's grown as a fighter, because I don't know if you heard me in the beginning of this start of this stream. I said because Shakur Stevenson defense is so buttoned up and it's so good that it may come a time early in the fight where De Los Santos just gets frustrated and he just wants to touch Shakur Stevenson, and then that could allow him to start overreaching, which is something that I've seen in the Ryo and Adorno fight that he does often when he's on the front foot, and that could just open up a lot of stuff for Shakur Stevenson. So it's going to be a really interesting fight.
That's a possibility for sure. That will be a possibility for sure, because as you say, Shakur's defense is very good when it comes to distance. Not necessarily in the pocket, but I believe his distance gives
Right.
him his defense. I know it's a fighter like has a better defense than people give him credit for, but just because of his distance, I believe his distance.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely, man. Absolutely.
yeah,
What was your name
but
again, too, man?
Antonio,
Anthony. Okay, Anthony
yeah,
from DR.
Antonio,
Shout out to DR too, man.
yeah,
Me and my
yeah.
wife got the vacation out there. We was out in Punta Cana. Got the jet ski out
Oh
there and
yeah, Punta
everything,
Cana,
man. It's
very
beautiful
good
out
place
there,
here.
man.
Yeah, amazing, amazing.
For sure. I got one of them $10
I'll be in Punta
beach
Cana. I'll be in
massages
Punta
too.
Cana next week. I'll be.
You'll be in Punta Cana next week?
Yeah. I'll be in Punta Cana next week. At the Nickelodeon Hotel with my family, my guys, and my kids and all that.
Oh, dope, man. Yeah, I got one of them $10 beach massages out there, man. That was dope.
For sure.
And Tony, man, I definitely appreciate you calling in, man, and definitely enlightening us on the William Foster fight, man, because again, a lot of us wasn't De Los Santos wasn't on our radar, so we didn't get the chance to see that William Foster fight. And if you got that
But
link,
one last thing,
oh yeah, sure, go ahead.
The fighter that fought Foster, I believe I'm talking about the Los Santos. You know, the version of the Los Santos that fought Foster has anything to do with the fighter he is now.
Okay.
Shakur, De Los Santos right now,
Right.
he's like a whole different fighter than the fighter that
Yeah,
fought
because if
Foster.
I'm
He's
not
a way
mistaken,
different fighter.
that William Foster fight was January 2022. So
Yeah.
that's almost 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, and also, it was his first fight in the U.S. His debut in the U.S. was in the fight against Foster, against a good fighter, a undefeated fighter at the time, and a good prospect like Foster. So it's not like he was prepared in order to compete in the U.S. You know, he had no idea the fighter he was going to face. You know that. So it was his debut. The first time he got to prepare really well in a really professional camp he had is when he fought Alicia Costa. The fight right after he fought Foster. It's the first fight of his life. Well, he had a real camp, like a professional deserves.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Because
Right.
fighters here in Dominican, we struggle, brother. We struggle a lot. We don't have the conditions here. They don't even supplement well. They don't
Yeah.
have a gym with the. It's very
The
difficult for us,
conditions.
you know?
Yeah, the
So
conditions, man. Yeah, for sure.
the first time he got a real camp was when he fought Costa in the history. After that, you know it. The guy's a beast. The guy's a beast.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, man. He's definitely garnered my attention and respect. I am looking forward to a really good outing between Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos. Again, and Tony, straight out of the DR, man. Where are you now? Are you in the state? Are you stateside now?
No, I'm in VR.
In the DR. Oh man, we got a call all the way from the DR. Man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Hopefully you'll be a long-term friend of the show in the future, man. Appreciate you, big dog.
Thank you, sir, for the content. Have a nice day.
All right, my man. Thank you, Antonio, all the way from the DR, man. Isn't that dope? Calling this little video show. I appreciate that love.